Hi everyone. I picked up a couple of things in anticipation for two items I'm expecting. I should be getting them tomorrow if things go well, right before I return to work. So I should be able to at least see them or get my hands on them, depending on what time they arrive. Obviously, sooner is better than later. So it's going to make the difference between whether I just get to bring them home and see them before I leave, or if I'm going to have a few hours to kind of play with them. One of the things I purchased was this. Now, this is something I do have on another rifle. It's the VX Freedom. I did like I forgot what they call it. I think it's called Fire Dot or something along those lines. It's the scope or magnifiers, depending on which you get. I think Leupold just has the scopes, where it has a small little illuminated red dot right in the center of the reticle. I think that looks awesome. I saw them on some of the HD models, but they were about easily twice the price of this. And although I think it's cool, I don't think it's, $300-400 cool. Cooler. Because this is already running about 300. So they're not inexpensive, and I don't want to be spending, $700-800. If I just had one rifle or two, I promise you I'd have a nice scope on it, and I would then get that $700-800 scope. But since I have multiples, you kind of spread the love a little bit. You have to be reasonable. It's kind of like having one kid versus having 3 or 4 kids. They might all want like a top end everything, but they're not going to get that. And with Leupold, you can see nothing but the box, the booklet, and apparently they don't give you the little bikini covers on these, but you can contact Leupold and they will send you some. I had 3 of them sent to me last time. I should have asked for an extra one, but I didn't realize I'd be getting this. This is going to be going on a rifle I've been wanting for well over a decade. I had one opportunity to get one before, and when I say I had the opportunity, it was available. At the time, I had zero means of getting it, so it didn't really matter a whole lot. And recently there was another one, but I just wasn't sold on the price. It was just a bit more than what I wanted to spend, because in the end it's still just a rifle. As much as I might want it, I'm not going to pay X amount over the value of an item, just because, again, the value is just not there at a certain point. It is, in case you didn't notice on the box, a 1.5 to 4 and by 20. I didn't get a scope because it's going to be on a pistol caliber, and I don't think I'm going to be shooting it at 100 yards. Definitely not past that. And it'd be too expensive to just be a plinker to be doing that with anyway. So this is going to have hunting applications. Now I'm liking the way this one looks. It's smaller, so I think it fits a little bit better. Hopefully I like the way it looks once I get it on there. I mean, it's going to look pretty close to the other ones I already have. And it does have that, I know the camera won't pick it up, but for the reticle, yeah, it's going to kind of do that because of the lighting. But it has that pig reticle. It's pretty much 3 thicker lines, 1 thinner one on top. This will show you a better image of that. And these are made for quick target acquisition. So if you're hunting, something's moving, you just pretty much put it in the center of those large reticles and you'll be able to hit whatever it is. It's not for precision shooting. I mean, you can get pretty good. Just depends on how much time you have and the distance and all of that. But that's primarily what they're made for. That's why they don't have like the bullet drop compensations or a bunch of busy type of hash marks all over the scope. To be honest, I prefer a simple crosshairs, thin all the way around, and maybe just have something in the center, like a simple dot or chevron, even if it wasn't illuminated, just a little point that you can place over whatever it is that you're shooting. Again, that's just me. I like a clear view and just whatever I'm shooting at in the middle with a reference for the impact. Because all of this extra, the way I shoot, my head, my eyes see more like a target practice, like a target shooter. So I want to be able to see the target with nothing obstructing my view. So that's just my preference. There was another one that had something similar to that, but I thought this was the better fit for the rifle that I'm going to be putting this on. It's still a nice setup. The glass is very nice and clear. It's got good eye relief. The rifle I'm getting is in mint condition. Technically it is used because, you know, a person did fire. According to them, they fired one, let me see, how many does it hold? I believe it was 8 shots that they told me they fired, and that was just a 0 in the scope that's currently on it. It will be coming with the scope. It's a nice vortex scope, but I like this smaller design. I believe the scope on it is a 4x12x40 or 44, something along those lines, but it's a larger scope. And I'd rather have something smaller, lightweight. The rifle already has its own weight, don't want to be adding more to it. And more importantly, because I'm sometimes ridiculous like that, I do want it to match my other rifles, and they all have this same type of setup. The other thing I purchased for it is one of these. The individual is also left-handed, the one that I bought the rifle from, and he did have an extension, but he had the one that's only one side. And if I'm not mistaken, you can just kind of unscrew it, flip it over, and tighten it again so you can make it right or left-handed. But I don't like that just half extension. I'd rather get the one that has them both, so that if anyone else uses my rifle and they are right-handed, I don't have to worry about taking anything off for their comfort. And I also don't want them kind of struggling with it, because when you do put a scope, the hammer, it's not impossible to get to, but it is more difficult. Even more so if you wear gloves. I never wear gloves when I shoot, but I'm never out in an area where it's that cold anyway. But if I did, this would definitely help out. I mean, it helps out now, and that's with no gloves, just because the spacing is so small. Again, not impossible, but this is very nice to have, makes it very convenient, and this is less than $20. The other thing I have heading my way is not going to need really much of any accessories except for this. The same extension, and if you're noticing, the other one says it was for big boy. This one says rimfire. I'm hoping I can get it to work, because this is for rimfire rifles. But of course, these were made before Henry made any revolver. So yeah, 2 and 2 equals a Henry 22 revolver is what I'm going to be getting. This completes my Henry collection. And of course, the one that this scope is made for, the rifle, that is my dream gun. That is my dream rifle. That was the unicorn that I've been looking for quite some time. So I'm very, very happy to be getting that. I cannot wait to receive it. I'm hoping it is in as good as condition as the individual indicated on the listing. The photos did show no issues on it, but I've noticed on some of the Henrys, any damage or blemishes that they have are typically not on the sides of the stocks, but on the underside, where they maybe rested it on something, or on the back of the butt plate, because they'll maybe stand it on something. I know one of mine got marred when I put it in the rifle rest, the back part where the stock presses against it. It was originally had some sort of rubber coating. With time, because it was at a shooting range, it got worn down. So the end was actually bare metal, and I didn't notice. So I took a few shots, and then when I removed my rifle, because I heard something hit kind of like metal on metal, and I looked, and it had scratched up the butt plate. And of course, since it's brass, it's noticeable enough, but I guess because it's mine and I'm going to keep it forever, it doesn't bother me as much. But if I were planning on giving that to somebody or selling it in the future, I'd be a lot more pissed off about that. Mainly because it's ruining my rifle, and they didn't take it out of service, they didn't try to fix it, put some tape or anything. I personally just didn't notice. I'm not there to check out everyone else's equipment when I go to the range, so that was unfortunate. But at this point, it's no big deal. At least not anymore. I got over it. But I cannot wait to put this on. The rifle, since it already comes with the scope, it does have a solid base. It's got, instead of the 2 rings, it's got a whole solid base for it. I'm hoping that it is the original, I believe it's Tally that makes those, because he did say he got them off of the Henry website, so I don't have to buy another one. If it's a different style or different one, I'll have to take a good look at it to determine whether I'm going to keep it or not. And I don't know if the scope that's on it is 30 millimeter or 1 inch. I believe it is 1 inch, so I don't have to change out the rings. If that's the case, I can just take off the Vortex scope it has on there, plant this one on there, snug it up, and I'm good. I'm hoping that's the case. And the other scope, I don't know, I might sell it for a few dollars, I might give it away, or I might hold on to it for a potential future rifle. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet. I will look at one of the scopes that I have now that I purchased, well, that I received as a gift last year, and check to see which Vortex scope it has. If this other one is better, I might just switch it out. But in the end, I'll still have 1 extra scope, and I'll see what I do with that. Like I said, I'll most likely give it away. I might try to sell it. A few dollars doesn't hurt, but most of the time I end up giving things like that away. Why not make somebody's day? It's already there. So I can't wait to install these items. When I receive it, I'll do a follow-up video. For now, this is going to sit in the box. I was going to get the rifle and wait another week when I got home from work, but I am thinking of staying extended this time, make extra money because I've spent way too much, way more than I should have. But that rifle was not going to get away from me. I would have sold my blood and plasma just to make it happen. So I'm not hating, or I'm not really upset that I ended up overspending. But things like this could have waited. Could have waited till the end of next month, or maybe even beginning of next year. But I'm an impatient person. Once I see something, I'm very goal oriented. I want to see it all the way through to completion. So for now, let me go ahead and put this up. Make sure it doesn't get any scratches or anything on it. And I will do a follow-up video once I get this installed.